Change is uncomfortable, but what if your brain could learn to love it instead of fear it? In this video, we'll break down simple, science-backed ways to train your mind for mental flexibility, so you can adapt, grow, and thrive in a constantly changing world. Before we dive in, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss content that helps you grow in mindset, life, and confidence. Let's jump in right now. 1. Understand what mental flexibility is. Mental flexibility is your brain's ability to adapt to new situations, shift thinking, and respond to uncertainty with creativity instead of fear. It allows you to pause, reassess, and change direction when life doesn't go as planned. Many people associate flexibility with weakness or indecision, but in truth, it's a strength rooted in awareness and control. A mentally flexible person can adjust their beliefs, behaviors, and strategies without losing their sense of self. They are open to feedback, unafraid to learn, and don't cling to routines just because they're comfortable. Life is unpredictable, and clinging rigidly to old ways of thinking can cause unnecessary stress. 2. Recognize the cost of mental rigidity. Mental rigidity is the inability or unwillingness to adapt to change. People with rigid thinking patterns often resist new ideas, feel anxious when routines are disrupted, and struggle with problem-solving in uncertain environments. While it may provide a temporary sense of control, mental rigidity limits your personal growth, damages relationships, and increases stress. For example, if you can't accept feedback without feeling attacked, or if you always believe your way is the only right way, you close off learning opportunities. You may even miss out on better solutions simply because they come from outside your comfort zone. 3. Practice reframing your thoughts. Reframing is the mental skill of viewing a situation from a different, more empowering perspective. When change hits, your first instinct might be fear or resistance. But reframing allows you to shift the narrative. Instead of thinking, "This is a disaster," you might say, "This is a chance to grow." Practicing reframing doesn't mean denying negative emotions. It means putting them in a context that gives you more control. When you change how you interpret a situation, your emotional response changes too. To build this habit, pause when you catch yourself reacting negatively. Ask, "Is there another way to look at this?" Or, "What can I learn here?" With time, your brain becomes more accustomed to finding opportunity in adversity. 4. Step outside your comfort zone regularly. Growth happens outside your comfort zone. One of the best ways to train your brain to embrace change is by intentionally stepping into unfamiliar situations. It doesn't have to be extreme. Start small. Try a new hobby, speak with someone from a different background, or switch up your daily routine. These experiences challenge your brain to adapt and build new neural connections, strengthening your flexibility over time. The more you expose yourself to the unknown, the less intimidating it becomes. You'll also discover hidden strengths and interests you didn't know you had. 5. Practice mindfulness to stay present. Mindfulness trains your brain to focus on the present moment, rather than obsess over the past or worry about the future. Why is this important for mental flexibility? Because most resistance to change comes from fear of what might happen or regret over what used to be. Mindfulness helps you stay grounded in what is. When you practice mindfulness through breathing exercises, meditation, or simply pausing during your day, you create space between stimulus and response. This space gives your brain a chance to choose how to react instead of falling into habitual, rigid patterns. 6. Challenge your assumptions and beliefs. We all carry mental rules about how life should be, often based on upbringing, culture, or past experiences. While some of these beliefs serve us, others keep us stuck. Mental flexibility means being willing to question your assumptions. Ask yourself, is this belief helping or limiting me? For example, if you believe, "I'm too old to start something new," you may never try, and thus never know what you're capable of. Challenging these mental boundaries opens space for new possibilities. It doesn't mean rejecting everything you believe. It means holding your beliefs with curiosity instead of certainty. 7. Learn from failure instead of fearing it. Failure is often seen as something to avoid at all costs, But mentally flexible people view failure as feedback, not defeat. When you fail, instead of saying, "I'm not good enough," shift to, "What can I learn from this?" This subtle change in mindset transforms mistakes into stepping stones. Each failure offers data: what didn't work, what could be done differently, and what you now know that you didn't before. By reflecting on failures instead of fearing them, you train your brain to become resilient and adaptable. This kind of thinking frees you from perfectionism and the paralysis of getting it right. You become more willing to take risks, explore new ideas, and stretch beyond your limits. 8. Stay curious and keep learning. Curiosity is a natural antidote to mental rigidity. When you're curious, you ask questions instead of making assumptions. You explore instead of resist. Lifelong learners tend to be more adaptable because they view change as an opportunity to expand their understanding. To cultivate curiosity, make it a habit to learn something new each week, whether it's a new skill, a different culture, or an alternative viewpoint. Ask why and how more often. Read diverse books, listen to different podcasts, or engage in open conversations. Curiosity encourages your brain to form new connections, boosting cognitive flexibility. It also helps you detach from the need to be right all the time, because learning becomes more important than proving a point. 9. Embrace uncertainty as a teacher. We often fear uncertainty because it feels like losing control. But in reality, uncertainty is a constant part of life. Mentally flexible people don't try to eliminate uncertainty. They learn to work with it. The key is shifting your mindset from "uncertainty is dangerous" to "uncertainty is a chance to grow." When you embrace the unknown, you become more adaptable, creative, and calm under pressure. Think about a time when an unexpected challenge led to a valuable lesson or opportunity. 10. Build a supportive environment. Your mindset is deeply influenced by the people and environments around you. If you surround yourself with rigid thinkers, constant complainers, or people who fear change, their mindset may reinforce your resistance. On the other hand, being around open-minded, flexible individuals encourages you to stretch your thinking. Build a support system of people who challenge you, inspire growth, and model adaptability. Share your goals with them, ask for feedback, and discuss ideas openly. It also helps to design your physical environment to support mental flexibility. Organize your workspace for creativity. Display quotes that inspire adaptability or add reminders that change is growth. All right, that's a wrap on how to build mental flexibility and start embracing change with confidence. Remember, your brain is more adaptable than you think. The more you practice, the stronger and more open you become. If this helped shift your mindset, give it a thumbs up and share how you're learning to adapt in the comments. And if you want more real practical tips on growth, mindset, and mental strength, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss out. Catch you in the next one.